A couple videos ago, I failed at the Ride Everything Challenge here at Cedar Point. I have ridden most of the rides, but I still have, I think, 9 that need to be completed today for me to do it in 2 days. But obviously I failed before. So today we are planning to ride every remaining ride here at Cedar Point. That includes Max Air, that includes a whole slew of flat rides that were not completed the first time I was here about 4 videos ago. So I'll link up the original one where I rode as many rides in one day as I possibly could for the original Ride Everything Challenge. I'll also link my fail video of me trying to ride them and not making it. Right now though, we're on our way into Cedar Point, obviously, and we are headed to Chickie's and Pete's. It's 12:30 right now. We're gonna grab some food and we're gonna go see what the rest of the day holds in store for us. Let's go. Always take note in some way of where you were parked. I've seen far too many people, and I have been far too many people who have lost their car out in the parking lot. I don't know what's happening here, but there are tons of people in line there, and people just walking straight through over here. And here it is, Chickie's and Pete's. Alright, time eating in Chickie's and Pete's is always time well spent, but it's time to go finish up a couple of rides. We don't have any rides over this way that we need to do. We do have a few over there also though that need to be done. But right now everything that we need to do is over here. Kind of on the main midway over by Max Air. So Max Air is our very first spot. Once we're done with that, then we'll kind of just go around in a circle until we get over to Cedar Downs right behind me over there. Right now we're going to be doing a lot of rides that I'm not actually going to ride. We just need to make sure that we have enough time to get into them and to complete this challenge in 2 days. Even though technically it took me 3 because I failed the second day. Although that day I was only here for 3 hours. Like that's the reason why I failed. So I'm still chalking it up as a loss though. But that's why I have this, just for me to finish it up while I'm in line over here at Max Air, or while I watch someone go into line. We may even get another drink while we continue to do this today. All right, now Max Air does not take very long because it loads so many people, but we have now gotten to the queue. So we've got to wait for whoever the next person is who's going to walk in to Max Air, and then we will follow their journey as they get on and get all the way off of the ride. All right, we found them. There they are right now. Right now, Max Air is saying a 5-minute wait for the ride itself. This ride is awful, though. Obviously, a lot of people like it. Given loves it. It is certainly not for me. Speaking of making me ride things, you can try to force me to ride things on Patreon if you want to have some extra clout. I do have these things called power moves where you can make a suggestion of something that I have to ride, and people on Patreon will vote for them. So if you are in the top tier, you can make the suggestion. If you are in the middle tier, you can vote on which suggestion you want me to do. And if you are in the lower tier, you get to enjoy watching it happen. So I will do things. I just did Skyhawk, which is awful. And recently I was dared to go sing something with the Toes in the Sand band. So today we're gonna try to make our way out there also to go do that. I don't know if I can sing directly with them, but I said I would do whatever was my best for that. So I will, if nothing else, kind of just stand right next to them and sing at the top of my lungs. Oh, you guys are embarrassing. All right, and my people have not made it on yet, so we're gonna have to wait one more rotation before we are able to see them come off and move on to our next ride. One of the rules of this challenge and this one workaround that I do is if I'm not going to ride a ride, I don't get to do anything. I just have to stand right out here and do it. I don't get to go to the bathroom. I don't get to go get a drink. I don't get to do anything that I would normally need to do. When this is happening, it's basically exactly like I'm in the line. I'm just not officially in the line. That is true insanity. I don't understand it. You can't convince me that it's a fun ride. And they're going on right now, which means this is the last one that I'm going to need to watch while I'm here waiting to go here at Cedar Point. All right, we're right here at the entrance to Troika. And those kids right there just went in front of me. Which means they're the ones I'm going to be waiting for to get onto the ride. Because I ain't riding this. I hated this last year. I did try it because I'm usually a sucker for Scrambler type rides. They got right on too. But this one was purgatory. It was not fun. It is fun to watch though. Like, it's got a really cool look to it. But no, it was not fun. I was grimacing for the entire time. So my review on this is not a good one. So we're gonna stand out here. We're gonna watch the ride itself, and the kids that were right in front of me were able to get onto it right away. So we're just gonna enjoy ourselves for a moment right here. And now we do have to go out to Snake River Expedition pretty quickly here. That is one that is definitely needed, and maybe we can find another time of day that's a better time to ride it. I usually end up riding it at the end of the night. Maybe that's not the move. So we're gonna find out today if maybe like a 2 o'clock riding of that ride is a better option rather than riding it at 6 or 7 o'clock like I usually do. 2 rides that I hate right next to each other. How convenient is that? All right, so Troika just ended. They all walked out successfully, and now I am walking over to go grab myself another drink. So there's something to do while I wait for all these rides that I hate. Obviously not all of you hate these rides. Tell me down in the comments if you absolutely love these rides or not, and tell me why I'm wrong. I want to hear why I'm wrong down in the comments. Now, we are going to get on a few of these rides that I absolutely love, including Snake River Expedition, including Tiki Twirl, and including Cedar Downs. Speaking of rides we'll hit, we have not hit Cadllac Cars yet this year, so that's definitely going to be on our list for today also. The popcorn is smelling delicious. We're headed to the dive-in for cold drinks and hot eats. All right, we've got our drink. It's a Bumble Ale, I believe. Honey and blueberry. And it is absolutely delicious. A little bit sweeter. And our next ride is right here. The giant wheel. It actually looks like the line is pretty low. Now, this is not a ride that I don't want to ride. This is a ride that I can't ride because I'm here by myself. Of course, I can see if someone wanted to ride it with me, something like that. But instead, we're just continuing to make sure that we have enough time to ride all of these rides in 2 days. Because the purpose of this channel is to show you how long it takes to ride rides and the best way for you to get the most out of your day. So whether that means you're coming here to Cedar Point with a fast lane or you're coming here without any kind of additional ticket, how long does it take for you to ride things? And that's why you should subscribe, because you can find out all kinds of things about your Cedar Point vacation, from how long it takes to ride rides, to the kinds of food and restaurants that they have, to the different kinds of accommodations that you have available for yourself at various theme parks, but especially here at Cedar Point. All right, and we have our family. This guy in the backwards cap coming down. He is definitely the guy who is taking my place. So we're gonna watch for what happens. It's so hot. Definitely a little spot to sit down in the shade. It's definitely nice. So at least I don't have to stand in the hot sun. If you are going to the giant wheel, it is the worst as far as the way that it feels, because you are standing right in the hot sun. People are going on now. We're still waiting on the family that I need to get on though. Today is a shirt open with a beer kind of a day, especially since I just have to stand here and wait for people to get on the ride. This is quality content right here, guys. They haven't moved at all, but this is seriously one of the slowest rides that you could possibly wait for. Every single time I wait for the giant wheel, it is just so slow. It's so boring. You're stuck out in front of it for forever. It's best to do maybe like first thing in the morning, but other than that, you're gonna have to wait and wait and wait and wait. And it's definitely one of those really long times. You need to plan basically about an hour, no matter what, for it. You're really causing yourself to limit the amount of things that you can do when you decide to go on giant wheel, because it is such a long wait. It is one of those things where it's going to take you quite a while to be able to get on it, ride it, and then get off of it. Every single part of this experience is a very, very slow experience. Oh my word, they're still running it another cycle. This is just crazy. It's taking forever. Feels like I've been waiting here forever. It's a slow one. I'm sure to the people who are waiting here, it feels even worse. They are finally going on. No fault of the family. Really no fault even of the ride. It's just, this ride just takes a very long time. If you're gonna do it, plan an hour for what you need to do. And even at that, that's still not the end of this. I'm still stuck here just drinking my beer because there's nothing else that I can do. I have to stand right here until they finish their cycle entirely. So it's, I mean, can I just lay down on the pavement and get a tan? I mean, my Irish, does this get a tan? No, this doesn't get a tan, but I could at least do something, right? At least I can drink, although there's not much left. Right now I'm actually deeply engrossed in Cody Co, and that sounds weird, in Cody Co and the Tiny Meat Gang. That makes it even worse. Anyway, they have a funny episode. I'm watching that right now. Which means I am heading off to Tiki Twirl. See how long this one takes. This time I can ride it, or I will ride it. I guess both in this case. Here is Tiki Twirl right now. Oh no, it has a much longer line than it had before. But you know what, we're still gonna do it because it might give me a good chance to look over into the construction once I'm at the top, because I doubt I'll get on this first rotation. which I don't love, but honestly, on a day like today, it doesn't really matter. I'm just doing a few rides, so I know I have plenty of time. That was one rotation, and it looks like I will be on this very next one as soon as he's done flipping through his papers. All right, just in case you don't trust me anymore, I'm here in my seat. Let's go. Uh-oh, it looks like we might have a closed ride here. Yup. It's looking like it. I don't see the line yet, but I'm assuming. But since we're here anyway, we might as well go out on the beach. And we've got to go all the way down to Magnum anyway, so might as well just head out that way. It's a nice hot day. Walking along the beach would probably be kind of nice. Man, this is legitimately such a sweaty day. I took off my shirt and I just felt like I still had water all on top of me. So gross. I love Cedar Point Beach. It is truly one of my happy places. Well, we will come back to Windseeker tonight just to see if it's working or not. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm not upset that Windseeker was not an option right now. I've been waiting in a lot of lines for rides that I did not ride today. So being able to be done with that and to move on to something else, it's definitely worthwhile for me. Now though, if I have an option coming out here during Toes in the Sandband today, I will. So we're gonna be looking them up in the app today. They added some cabanas out here. That's cool. It definitely looks like those are probably things that you have to pay for, or at least at a certain point in the day you have to pay for them. That's why they would have this beach rental thing here too also. But yeah, it's a nice thing to have. I'm not sure if you have to pay right away or not. I don't see any workers around right now. But it's obviously something different than what I've seen out here for Cedar Point nights in the past. We can see everyone out here also in the lazy river. Definitely looks like a popular place today, and I imagine it is because it is definitely hot. Now this path might take you just a little bit longer to get into the park going around, but it's really kind of a nice place to be able to come. It's kind of a scenic walk. You get a little bit more breeze off the lake, and of course you can just hang out here on the boardwalk. So I really enjoy that from time to time, and it definitely leads you directly to Snake River Expedition. Now leaving, you do also have to go back through security again. Got the band playing over here. Oh no, Snake River Expedition is closed. Must be broken down. I am going to make a quick inquiry about it. They said they're currently down for high winds, but they're currently cycling and probably will be back open in another 15 minutes or so. We're going to go to Lake Erie Eagles right now, which is the only other ride on the main pathways that I have not ridden yet. Of course, I haven't ridden the rides that are in any of the kids areas, including the kids area that's to my left right now, with the exception of Snake River Expedition. It does look like this is going to be a longer line than I would like to wait in for Lake Erie Eagles. But like I've said before, when you're doing a Ride Everything challenge, you're going to find a couple rides or a couple lines that you would not normally want to wait in. That's just kind of part of what happens one way or another. But you're still gonna have to wait a little bit longer because you hit them at bad times. Lake Erie Eagles makes me feel sick, and it takes forever. Oh my word, I feel like I just waited 2 hours for that. Snake River Expedition is open, so that's where we're headed right now. Now we're gonna see if this is a better option to do it earlier on in the day. It does still say about 45 minutes. So I don't know. We'll see if the line is completely full or not, and how it compares with other times. Looks like it's not that full. Looks like it's about a half full line. So 45 minutes for this would surprise me. It might just be because it just reopened. I don't know if they just reopened or not, but if that is the case, like one way or another, this is moving very, very quickly right now. All right, so overall that took 25 minutes waiting in the queue. Not as bad as I've had before, and certainly not 45 minutes.
All right, I'm Prince Science Door. Gotta let you know everything you need to know for your expedition.
I can't argue with that. One more quick thing, folks. Please also remember to keep your hands to yourselves. That is, do not touch myself, my captain, or any outlaws we may encounter on this journey. Should the situation gun-toting outlaws, and if you believe the legends, the basilisk, live bear. Bad news is that's my house. Little bear comes up here just to swing the day away. Stay out that way, but I don't know too much about it. It's called Truce Day or something. Looks like these raccoons have been tampering with the goods, so not today, folks. Sorry about that. There's somebody on the dock here, but they don't look too familiar to me, so we're just gonna give them the wolf call on 3, and if they know it, they're one of ours. Oh, I can't complain. It's another beautiful day on the Snake River with all my new friends, huh?
I'm seeing you right there. Hands up, my friend.
No, hold on a second there. I can't let you board this boat unless you have the password. So, hey!
I know the gold is somewhere on this boat, and I think I know who has it. But let's play a little game, shall we? Gold, frog, chickpea, who's got the gold? Well, I think it's you.
Oh.
All right, you know, good outlaw, drop the bag.
Yeah, right. This gold is mine. That's not gold, it's dynamite. Light her up.
All right, we warned you, outlaw. Now pistols for Trapper Dan.
Yeah!
Don't forget at the end to say peer pressure. It is 5:45 and we are almost done with every single ride that we had left. We only have the rides up at the very front that we still need to do. So we have the Scrambler, we have the Matterhorn, we have Cedar Downs, and we have the Cadllac Cars. And then we had one ride that we have not completed because it was closed down this morning. So we're gonna go check out all of that right now. Now, once again, a lot of these rides are very time intensive. That ride that we just did, Snake River Expedition, takes a lot of time. It's definitely a very, very slow loading ride, and it is a ride that takes a long time for the entire thing to be done. And it is a ride that's going to take you a lot of time no matter what. Let's just say, for argument's sake, it only takes you 15 minutes to get onto that ride, which a 15-minute line for that would be pretty good. If it only takes 15 minutes, you're still gonna have like a 20-minute ride, which means you still need to plan for 35, 40 minutes, something like that, for you to get all the way through the entire experience. Here we are at Matterhorn right now, coming on into the line. These are very skinny queues until here, and all of a sudden it gets bigger. It looks like I'll only wait for one, if even that. They may still have a few more that they're letting people in on. But either way, one rotation of wait is not a big problem. Oh good, I like it when these seats are just straight up and down. When they're on like an angle, they're so much harder to get in and out of. These are hard to get into one way or another. Just the whole balance kind of thing with them. Ugh, it's a lot. And look, in internet years, I'm close to death. So, this is ridiculous. All right, for me, what I would rather do with that ride is ride on the outside rather than on the inside if I'm there by myself. With a person, I'd rather have the smaller person on the inside and the bigger person on the outside, because it ends up making it so that it does a little bit less of causing you to swing like all the way out. And our next ride is the Scrambler. Classic ride. Who doesn't like a Scrambler? My grandma loved a Scrambler and she'd ride it with me all the time. Some of my favorite memories were riding the Scrambler with her. And today, some of my favorite memories are riding the Scrambler with my daughter.
If you need any further assistance, ride hostess coming out of this check first train.
I'm here on the Scrambler. Let's go. The next place that we're going to right now is the Cadllac motor cars here, right in front of me. Now this has a very long line. I don't like lines, especially not for this ride. But there's only one of these now here at Cedar Point. There used to be two. So I'm sure the line has doubled for that very reason. Even if this line is a little bit long, it is very, very quick moving. This is a very easy line to get through. They will tell you to come up to the gate. You go to whatever number they tell you to stand on. And then you'll hop into whatever car that they tell you to get into after that. This ride does have a few more procedural things than some do. This is another one of those rides, I believe, I'm pretty sure that's right, where you can film on them. So today we're filming on here, going over the bridge. As with anything though, even if I think I'm right, and someone tells me not to do it, I put it away. You always do that. But you do not film on any coasters. That is always a no-no. And when they say low bridge, this really is a low bridge. I almost have to duck my head. Not quite, but pretty close. If you're taller than I am, if your torso is longer, you're gonna have to duck on that thing. I love the view of bow raising from here too. That's pretty cool. I mean, look at this thing. So easy. I had no idea it was that low. It doesn't look that low. All right, so we're headed to Cedar Downs. Cedar Downs already has a long line, but this is a big place. So if you see that Cedar Downs is letting in, chances are, I mean, unless the line is going way down there, you have plenty of time to get in line here at Cedar Downs and to still get into your horse. So that's what we're doing right now. Get a horse here at Cedar Downs. That is either the end of every single ride here at Cedar Point over 2 days, with also a fail of 1 day because I tried to do it in 3 hours instead of, like today, it's basically been a 5-hour day because I got here at noon. I did eat right away also, so maybe you could say I did it in like 4 hours, but we do still have one ride that was not open the last time I went past it. We're gonna go see if it's open, and if it's not, I'm thinking we'll go ride some rides. So yeah, but either way, we were definitely able to ride every single ride in 2 days. Now, we did use a fast lane this time for that. Last year we did not. So if you want to see kind of a rough amount of how long it would take for you to ride every ride here at Cedar Point, then you can also check back on that. But it does look like Windseeker is closed. I have a feeling it's probably closed due to high winds today, considering that Snake River Falls said that it was closed for high winds at one point today also. I have a feeling that's probably why. All right, we are not going on a roller coaster right now. We are going to ride some water rides. It's extremely hot today. It is time to go get some water rides done. Cool off a little bit at the beginning of the rest of this evening. Right now is when it's gonna continue to be hot for a while. 6 o'clock, it stays hot. It's gonna kind of cool off around 8 or 9. So right now, before I ride any other roller coasters, I want to cool off on a water ride. So I never thought about this, but before they built Millennium Force, that was not there. That little tunnel there. Instead, this trail just went straight back and connected. It was a larger trail, and it looked more like Frontier all the way through, instead of being divided into 2 parts. Because technically, the other side of that tunnel is the Frontier Trail, but it has less of that theming than it does right here. As soon as you walk around that tunnel though, immediately you are immersed in theming for the Frontier. And then now, of course, the Forbidden Frontier also. So, of course, we are here at Thunder Canyon. It's time to go in, have some fun, get a little bit wet. It's far too hot today to not enjoy a little bit of cooling off. All the way through. Lots of wet people down there at this side of the park. This part of the park is the place for wet. There used to be other water rides around the area also right in this area, but those do not exist anymore. And one of them is in the spot where Maverick is today. They've also updated all of this. You can't put things through because there's plastic here now. These are all new wood. So the entire deck here has been redone. I've been wondering why they didn't have anything up here. And apparently it was because they were just kind of redoing it all. It looks like the actual flooring is still the same. Back here, there's actually a pretty cool area where you can kind of find some real out-of-the-way places to eat and actually watch the show. Like watch people come down. It's actually a pretty cool place. If you've never gone back there, I think that would probably be worthwhile to check out. Right back over there. Now remember, the family dryers are not a thing that's really worthwhile. They're going to make you hot. I hear so many people, $5. I've never wasted more money. I'm glad I didn't ride that today because I don't want to get that wet. The other one is good with getting wet. This one, maybe a little bit overkill. With the exception of the 2 rides that are back here, the 2 biggest ones, of course, Maverick and Steel Vengeance, there are not a lot of massive lines that are here today. I saw a lot of 15, 5, 10, and then a couple of 30s, like Magnums at a 30. Now, there were also several that are closed down right now, but there's a surprising amount of lower ride weights than I have seen over the last week here at Cedar Point. And our first lower wait time today is Cedar Creek Mine Ride. Gonna hop into this real fast here. Contrary from what you might think from watching my vlogs, you cannot ride with your shirt open like this. So I will have to button up You do have to have one buttoned, and apparently you have to have your nipples covered. What I have is dripping. Well, not 5 minute wait, but it's only been about an 8-minute wait right now. And then we'll have to wait for, I'm not sure if they have 2 trains going or 1. It's moved fast enough, I would think there's 2. All right, so a little bit more than a 5-minute wait. Not bad though. And we are going to move on to go grab something to eat because I'm very hungry. And oh my word, while I was up in the air, I smelled the Farmhouse grill and the steak there. It smells so good. And I just feel like I have to get it. So I think that's where we're headed. I think we're gonna get steak and potatoes one more time here at the Farmhouse Kitchen Grill. I don't always or usually say that I am a paragon of traditional masculinity, but when it comes to steak and potatoes, I am. Pro tip, when the potatoes are small, golden, and you can see lots of like crispy skin on them, and you also see them swimming in a whole bunch of butter, that means they have a better butter to potato ratio, and they're gonna be more delicious. They're also gonna be less healthy, but they're gonna be more delicious. So you can thank me for that later. Move over back BQ. I have a new favorite, and it's the Farmhouse Kitchen and Grill. There's just nothing more craveable than that steak and those potatoes. They are so good, and when you think that that's theme park food and that I got it with my pass, like with my all-year dining plan, like that's a good value meal. All right, I think I just heard the train from over there, and I do see people in the station waiting on the train, so I think that must be right. It must have just pulled in. Now, I did realize I'm still gonna call it on like 5 hours, but I haven't ridden the train yet on the challenge, so it's still obviously 2 days, and it wouldn't have taken me much longer than 5 hours, if even more than 5 hours, to have ridden the train at this point either. But we're gonna hop in the train right now, so let's go.
I really don't think that's fake. You think that's real? I guess what? I don't think all right.
This gives more information on the Lake Erie Luau. So Lake Erie Luau, that's hard to say. So the Lake Erie Luau is in the Lakeside Pavilion, and it has dinner stations and then drink and dessert stations. So dinner stations are from 6 to 9, drink and dessert stations are from 6 to 11. I can see the end of the parade going by right now. So it does take right about a half hour for it to make it all the way across. I don't know what this stuff is that they have right here. I've never seen them have that before. I have a feeling it has to do with this stuff, but I don't really know. And I don't know why it would have to do with that stuff. I mean, obviously there's some track marks there too. So maybe it's something to do with that. I don't know. It's kind of weird though. We also can get a look at this new construction that's happening right over here. Looks like the parade just ended, or it sounds like the parade just ended. Tonight might be a night when I really need to come out here, spend some time out on the beach. Sometimes it's hard to spend time on the beach because I'm busy doing so many other things. But today we've already completed our task. Pretty much free to do whatever I'd like to do. There are maybe some people still around. Now we have to go back to the Toes in the Sand Band, which starts in about 15 minutes right now. We're gonna go hang out with them I'm gonna do my best to sing along with them. Honestly, I don't even know if I know their songs really, but we're gonna have fun. We're gonna do something funny. This next section is sponsored by my Patreon. This is one of the funny, goofy things. Honestly, I think they were kind of taking it easy on me, but that they dared me to do and that people voted on. So if you would like to be a part of voting, daring, or any of the other things that you would want to do on Patreon, we also have videos and all kinds of stuff. Definitely go take a look at it. Each tier has some different things that come along with it. You can definitely take some time and check that out if you would like to. Maybe something that would really appeal to you. Otherwise, all my normal content stays the same. You're still gonna get videos throughout the weeks. I think technically it's like one, I said I'd do one video a month. I do way more than that. We'll have different things available for you one way or another, but you can add to the amount that you can see and that you can do if you check out Patreon if you'd like to. Looks like Gatekeeper is closed down. It's a vlog! Those people are funny. They're like, you Sandusky famous. Which is funny, but the waves are super relaxing today. The sand looks really pretty tonight. And no, I'm not high. Something new down here that I have not seen yet. It's this cowabunga thing here with Snoopy. Picture opportunity for you and for your family. They've also started playing this evening. Obviously, lots of things are set up down here. They also do have those little boxes where you can put your shoes and stuff when you decide to come out to Cedar Point nights. Now, I cannot sing with the Toes in the Sand band. Obviously, they've been hired to do the job, so I can't actually sing with them, but I can sing behind them. And that's what I'm gonna do when I have a song that I know.
Well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress.
Now, honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna know the songs that they're singing either. I've heard just little bits of their set. I don't remember what I knew or what I didn't know because I wasn't planning on singing. Do I have a sunburn? I think I might have a sunburn. It's a classic Trent sunburn. But anyway though, so I'm not sure what's gonna happen, if I'm gonna get to sing with them or not, but we'll try if I know one of the songs. Found the best spot in the house. Sitting here on the side of it.
But you may have noticed we are in all.
Not very good. That's pretty much all I know. As a kid, I really liked ABBA. Remember what I said about me not being a paragon of masculinity earlier?
Honestly, it's the best.
That's one of the reasons why. All right, they only have one more song,
can
so
help me
I'm
with
going
this
to try
next
my
song, okay?
best no matter what it is. If I have to listen to the chorus 3 times and just sing it, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, under my feet, I feel the sky coming down. Coming down, tumbling down. Heart starts to trembling whenever you're around. My voice is not as good as it used to be. Mellow as the month of May. Oh, darling, I can't stand it when you look at me that way. I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down, tumbling down. I feel my heart start to tremble whenever you're around. Ooh. Okay, not what I was thinking it was. Is that good enough? Now that we've heard me, we're going to move on to watching them. If you have the opportunity to watch any of the live music, live acts here at Cedar Point, then you should definitely check them out. Chosen the Sandman are definitely fun. They're probably not my favorite act out of all of them here at Cedar Point, but who says it needs to be my favorite act? They're all good acts. And they're all kind of on a continuum of good, better, and best. So certainly have no problem with listening to the Toes in the Sand Band either, and singing along with them, of course, is really fun. If you are staying here at the hotel, which I'd kind of like to sometime soon here, you probably right now would be the best time to get in. It's a pretty empty pool for hot tubs, and right now would be the time to get into the hot tub, because otherwise it's going to just be a bad time because it's too much.
We're almost there. See, we just got to get to the ride.
Because otherwise all night long because otherwise all evening long it's just filled with teenagers everywhere. Which is hardly the hot tub experience that I'm looking for anyway. Back into the park for some low weights this evening. Man, Magnum is completely empty almost. So we're headed to Magnum right now. Oh, except lots of people are running, so maybe it won't be 5 minutes. But hey, there are several of them that are pretty low right now, so maybe Magnum just reopened though. That's very possible. It says 10 minutes on the physical sign, but yeah, I'm not thinking this will be more than 5 minutes. So cool, let's go. We have about a half hour until the show tonight. So we're gonna ride just a couple of rides and then get ready to go. It's been a nice, relaxed day here. We're still able to complete everything, unlike the other day.
If you're ready to ride, can I get a what?
All right.
Wait, what? Huh? What?
Let's go. All right. And we are on our way out. Magnum is a fantastic ride. If you're like me though, now some people like to make like their seatbelt as loose as they possibly can, and they even like try to stand up on the hills. Oh my word, not me. First of all, I don't think you're allowed to try to stand up, so don't try that. But I've heard a lot of people say that that's something they like to do. But secondly, for me, I just can't deal with it. I don't like that feeling. I don't like the feeling of anything being loose. Even the lap bar itself would hold you in. because it's really just your legs that's holding in. But I don't want that. I want it to be even tighter than that. So I pull my seatbelt as tight as I possibly can. Much, much better that way for me anyway. Okay, I can't imagine that Valraven really is a 15-minute wait, like it says. But if it is, then I feel like I can't pass up that opportunity. I'm probably gonna get there, and it's gonna be much bigger than 15 minutes. And if it is, I got some extra steps in. We saw how big the line was, and we were able to just walk back and go see the fireworks. But if it isn't, then yes, there's no way this is a 15-minute line. I can already see the line from here. You guys see that? Absolutely no way. 15-minute line is like the bottom of the stairs. That is not 15 minutes. Not by a long shot. And now we can walk back to where the show is gonna be tonight. So instead we're gonna go get a glass of water from Coaster's Diner. I was gonna go to Dive-In, but it looks like they're closing up. We're gonna find a good spot to stand for the show this evening. Never heard them or seen them all practicing before. I feel like they're too close to the gate for me to like actually take a picture inside or anything, because that would feel very much like an invasion of privacy. But it's pretty cool. You can see all the costume changes back there also. I've also never been here this early for the show, so that's part of the reason why. Love the light beams up above. And those things are powerful lights. I'm sure they have other ones besides these, but the ones that really are powerful on the other side, they go literally up into the clouds. Like you can see it go all the way across the park.
Welcome everyone to the Celebrate Cedar Point Spectacular. If you're looking for a good time, this is where the fun is happening. Right here at Cedar.
Join us tonight as we salute the promise and the legacy of Cedar Point, the only amusement park in America where everything is live and something gets down. Around every bend, another adventure waiting there for us.
I just saw one of the main supervisors for the show. Thought that was kind of cool to meet him for just a minute here. And they were all over in the corner there singing and going crazy. So it was fun to see them all. But anyway, we are on our way out for the night now that it's over. I'm also dangerously low on batteries right now on my phone. So it's been a great day here at Cedar Point. So thank you guys so much for joining me today for yet another visit to Cedar Point. We did do every single ride that you could possibly do here at Cedar Point in 2 days. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for hanging out with us today. And if you haven't yet, please press that subscribe button. There's all kinds of stuff still coming on. The season is still actually young. School may be starting, but Cedar Point's not closing anytime soon. So come along with us and let me know down in the comments if there's anything specific that you guys would love to know about or that you individually would love to know about. If you have pointed questions, I'd love to hear those, or anything specific that you need to know. I will find the best answer I possibly can for you. Or if you just want to find out something very general, I've already had a couple requests for what order you would take new people on rides here at Cedar Point. So that may be an upcoming video. There are a couple others that I know we could potentially do. So I'd love to hear if you have specific ideas of things that you would like to know that would help you out for your trip here to Cedar Point. Please drop them down in the comments. I'd love to hear it from you. Thank you so much for watching, and let's go! So one thing I think we learned tonight is that it is much busier on a Monday or Tuesday, at least for this week for some reason, than it is on a Thursday, which is very different than I thought it would be. I thought it would be much busier on Thursday and much less busy on Tuesday. But Tuesday was just packed all day long. Today, there were some pretty decent lines, and I'm kind of having trouble reconciling that, honestly.